Hello everyone and welcome back to NeoBurgh, the very large modern playthrough that we're playing on Transport Fever 2. Last time we put in this gargantuan tunnel, which is simply because of the geography of the area. As you can see, we've got a very high hill here at 200 meters. There's even a bit of a mountain that goes up in the middle. So to go over with a train line would be rather tricky. It's possible, but it would be rather tricky to get that incline and for them to be able to get through at reasonable speed. So last time we managed to get the Burgh Marsh train on. We need to now rehome the Burgh Marsh line from here, so that hopefully the bricks go onto the train line to here. So it's a massive shortcut. We're doing all of this bit by train, which should be faster, it should be more efficient, and it should hopefully allow us to get things to this side a little bit quicker. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to run a couple of roads up the side here. This is going to be sort of access roads to this massive train station here. In fact, we may as well sort of come through from here and connect in this bit, and then we could potentially rework this a little bit. So we can have this going in there, and this road going in there, and then that should be a little bit nicer than what we had before. Or at least that's the hope. It's always the hope to improve something and not make it worse, but you know, these things have weird ways of kicking you in the ass, don't they? So anyway, we need to move the Burgh Marsh line that's currently, that's the tools line, the Burgh Marsh line that's bringing down bricks. Hopefully all the bricks are still in this area. Looks like some have moved over here, so it may well be time for us to put a couple in at different spots. So if we put in a depot here with 3, make it 30 meters. If we put it in facing this way, then hopefully that will work fairly well. We could possibly do a road into here. I'm just going to do one a little bit further out. And then we can remove there's no need for traffic lights there, I don't think. So this will come into here, and then we'll have a couple of stops here for bricks. So we'll need a couple of buildings, because obviously the train lines may well bring through quite a lot of bricks at any one point in time. So if we just do a turnaround area here, we can do maybe an entrance on this side as well. Just see how it goes. Ooh. swap that round so it goes the right way. And then one exit here, one exit here. And then that would be everything in here. So what we do need to check is currently where bricks are being provided and not in some cases. So I think where it currently is, it's definitely providing a lot of bricks. Whether we need to move it, I mean, it is on the main road, which isn't good. We don't want it to be on the main road because it will be blocking traffic on that main road. So I think if we were to move it here, it's so slight of a difference, but actually it then can provide bricks to most of the area that isn't currently getting bricks. And then we'll put another stop over here, which could be the second line. So we'll set up that second line in just a second. For the time being, if we remove this one, it may automatically just snap over to here. No, it hasn't. Okay. So we want that to go there. And we want this to use this stop here. So they're going to be filling up. They're going to use number 2. It may be worth giving this its own stop, actually, its own addition stop, because then it can come in and go out all on the same section. So we'll give it number 4. You'll be filling up on bricks and dropping off bricks. That's literally the only thing it needs to do here. And then if we set up the second line to do very similar, except it's going to a slightly different place. It's going over here. There we go. So we can copy this naming because only the number really needs to change here. So I'll keep it as orange. What number is this? Number 10. Oh, this is when they're breaking into double digits. Oh, wow. That's a momentous occasion, really. So we need to take some off of this one because we're not going to need 15 to do this now. We'll probably only need like 3 at most. And we will put the rest into storage to use on other lines coming up in the future. So we have this train line through now. We've got the train on the track on the other side. We've even set up a separate depot so that we can provide bricks to some of the area where this one wasn't quite reaching, because we need to spread out the supply to ensure that everything's being reached. All we need to do is set up the Alford equivalent, which isn't going to be too easy because we need to get another train on this, and also this is too close in order to put in some steps here, which is a bit of a pain, but hey ho. These things happen sometimes, don't they? So we'll put this in along here, connect that in there. We'll then do a very similar thing to what we did with the Burgh line and put in a connection here. And what I'd quite like to do is just take it out and put it into this point where in theory, the traffic would have better visibility of traffic that's coming. Not that it really matters, to be honest with you. It won't get used, but it's there, and it means that hopefully it's a little bit better looking, in my opinion. So we need to put a stop probably on the other side, so it's as far away from the emission areas as possible for Alford. How is Alford doing when it comes to bricks? Not too badly. There's a few like really far into the residential area, which we don't really want. I'm just going to straight up remove that. Can we remove the other one that was there as well? Because we don't need these putting themselves so close to the residential areas. We want to have sort of quite a clear divide between the two, and those have already placed themselves somewhere where they'll be able to get better. Let's remove this bit as well. Better supply already. So we're just waiting on the magic 19 million in order to put in our train line, our train for this side. So that's currently all what I'm keeping an eye on. Is we've got about 12 or 13 even, and we're just waiting to be able to put the train on this line, and then hopefully we can repurpose what we've already got. So this is covering a lot of where the bricks currently are needed. There's like one over here which isn't. Hopefully these will be replaced with houses and not more industrial buildings that need bricks. We've got some over here which this covers as well. So this is a really good spot for bricks, but I think it is getting to the limit of its reach, and if we're going to be providing more bricks, then it's likely that this will need to grow in time. So if we put in a stop in preparation over here, it's only going to be one side at the moment, or one stop I should say, so I don't think it's going to need too much in the sense of building it up, but we'll do a very similar thing to what we did before, providing roads for this to build into. And then we need an exit on this side. Now hopefully we will have the magic 19 million before too long. It looks like our Burgh the Marsh line has already started to move through. It's got 77 bricks, so it's making its way through now. Slowly picking up speed, but as it's going 70-80 miles an hour, it's actually already going faster than the road lines ever did, which is good. It means that we're actually making an improvement and not just a sideways step with how these are set up. So it's worthwhile for us to do this. So we can see that the Alford line is actually recently kind of struggling to make money. I wonder why. Oh, I noticed this last time. We need to put a lot more vehicles on here. So I'll put 10 on there, so put 9 more. That should hopefully ensure that we get all of the transport up to here for the Coulsdon line that we put in, because there is a whole load of stone just waiting to go there. So hopefully that will help it level up. And that line is going to make quite a lot of money because it's literally just wait, what? No, it's this one, isn't it? Because it's literally like taking up stone and then coming back with bricks. It's going to be making money either way, both directions, to actually make money, which is really cool. We've removed one of these lines, so we might be able to get away with removing a stop. But I won't bother with that until we move the Alford line first. So we need to make a little bit of money. How's this line doing? I was hoping that this one would make a decent amount of money, and it is making a lot more than it used to. Which is really nice to see. It's going to be making money both directions because it's literally taking things both to and from here. These lines are slowly building up to make money. I think it's a case of we need to ensure that we're supplying this one, which is getting all of its supplies, which is good, so that when it does finally level up, at the moment we've got so much supply that it's almost more than there is demand, so we're effectively lowering these down than what they currently should be. Right, we got 20 mil. Woo! Let's get one of these vehicles. So we want it to be red. We're going to go with the Series 246 again. And we will put on 120 capacity, and that can go on the Alford line. Right, so with the Alford line here, we need to swap it so that it's coming from here. Oh, we can remove these now, and we can just go from here. So we'll remove the Littlehampton depot. It's been so long that we've had this set up. It's almost a bit of a shame to move it, but we're not just deleting it and removing all the vehicles. We will need to put a fair few in the depot because I doubt that we will need. In fact, let's keep the good ones. I doubt that we'll need too many. But yeah, these are some of our oldest lines, so it's quite a momentous day that we're taking these out. However, it should be good for our bricks because actually they might have a few of these received bricks. So if they build out this way with bricks, the train line itself may well just deliver some, which would be pretty crazy. This has gone empty. That's bananas. So the Alford line was probably struggling to make a little bit of money because it wasn't necessarily going full. But now that we've got our train on this line, hopefully it's starting to fill up, which it is. The Burgh Marsh line is still on its way through. It's got 120 bricks on it. We're literally just waiting for this to arrive down here. We should set up a little finish line. What's the word? Like a ribbon for it to come through, because this has taken so long, and it's really quite an expensive line for us to be putting in. So it's good that it's finally done. Is what I will say. I'm happy that it's sorted. It's just taken quite a while for us to get this to where it is. But yeah, I'm really happy with this. So the Alford train is still filling up. Probably gonna fill it up with one of these quite soon. So hopefully it won't take too long for it to wait to pick up more bricks. There we go, that put a fair chunk into it. I wonder where these vehicles are. Oh, they're coming down from this side. In fact, they've already picked up a lot of the stone and they're making their way through. That's pretty crazy. So these are probably going to be storing a lot of the stone until it needs it. You can just go. Just leave, please. I don't know why they don't just move off. It's almost like they sit there waiting. I guess the driver needs a pee or something. I don't know. I mean, hey, when you gotta go, you gotta go. Oh, the Alford line has left. When nature calls, we all must answer. Right, this is leaving with only 79 bricks, which is a bit of a shame for its maiden voyage, but it is what it is, I suppose. It's not always going to be bringing through a whole bunch of stuff. Is the... Oh, it's gone here. Look at this. It's actually bringing through... Oh, wow. Quite a few are going this way. That's interesting. So the older line isn't actually taking as much as the newer line. That's pretty crazy. We may have to reduce the amount of vehicles that are on this older line if it's not as popular as the other one. And the train's already on its way back. In fact, these may meet at the tunnel. So let's just see what it looks like here. Some weird artifacts and maybe the windscreen's just a bit dirty. Coming through. So this is where the two cross. So, is the other train here? No, not quite yet. There it is. There it goes. Only about 3/4 full, but it's taking stuff. That's the main thing, and it's going 99 mile an hour. It's doing a fair old speed through there. So hopefully we'll be delivering more bricks than we need, actually, so that these can run for a little while longer. We may have to just remove... Let's just put it down to 1, because I reckon if these are able to do it with 1, then why would we need any more between the times they deliver their actual bricks? Where's this train? It's coming through now. It's almost going 100 mile an hour. You know, 99 mile an hour is practically 100. It's doing good time. And there's 115 waiting for it. Hopefully there will be 120 by the time it gets here. That's the hope, at least. $116. No, maybe not. That's a shame. That is quite a shame, to be honest. Well, anyway, this has come down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines, so we don't need too many of these now. In fact, we can move this one to number 6. Move this one to number 4. And then they can use number 5. Not number 2. Don't use number 2. Use number 5. Don't use number 2. And then we can delete off these additional stops that aren't needed. Hopefully everything keeps its stops. Is going to be dancing around with all the trucks, but that's absolutely fine. Has this not filled up yet? Oh, it only needs 1. Right, there we go. I'm glad I didn't make these bigger trains. It's pretty crazy if they're not receiving everything. Are the boats able to take the capacity? So supplies wise, we're only receiving about 96% from these. 91. Why is that? Is there just more on the port than we can take? Do we need another boat? Potentially. Interesting. What about this one down here? So, oh wow, that's a lot of tools. Let's put a couple of vehicles on that one. I'm glad that I put some extra terminal space there. Otherwise, this would have all gone to waste. We can upgrade this road as well, which would probably be worthwhile. So that hopefully it can go a little bit faster here. Maybe if we delete this bit out and just put in, whoops. This connecting in here. We could even do a road that this connects into down here. That might be better for that to get the tools to where it needs to. Unfortunately, the emission zones are right where it goes through, but it shouldn't be too bad, I would imagine. Anyway, back to the point. This is getting 97% from here and 98% from here. However, there's nothing on these bits, which means that the bottleneck must be at the boats. How's this doing? It's going down. 100% transport, that's good. Yeah, we might need another boat here. So if we put another one onto this line and another one onto this line, then hopefully that will provide those demands, supply those demands even. This should hopefully be going down with time. Got 454 stone there, just waiting. This is taking a little while to get to all of the places that it needs to go to. Ironically, the closest one, Coulsdon, is not delivering to. We should probably deliver to Coulsdon, right? Along the way, unload bricks there, considering you go straight past it anyway. Hopefully that is exactly where the bricks are needed. Yeah, it is. So, just gotta wait for these to start trickling through. It's only produced, shipped 10. Why is that? Like, I guess there just isn't the demand currently. But it's set up as a line, so hopefully it'll just take a bit of time for it to trickle through. This has gone through, so we should be delivering bricks from this end, shouldn't we? If we put 2 of these away, it looks like we only really need 1. This is heading to depot. How's this one doing? Is the Burgh Marsh train on its way back through? Yeah. So if there's 120, and these trucks can take, what, 30? Oh, wow. I thought it was 25 that these could take. I guess that's the other ones that can take everything I'm thinking of. So if that's 4 trips for one of those vehicles, although this is going to split it out across the 2 lines, so it'd be quite interesting to see how it splits it out. While we're at this, why don't we delete this back a little bit, because it won't need all this space to drop off what it needs to. Hopefully this fits. Yeah, it looks like it should. And then that way it can turn around a little bit quicker. Yeah, that should fit. So, how does it distribute it? So bearing in mind there's 30 on this truck, and this one's the number 10 line. Oh, it's half and half. So 60 on this line, 30 on, and another truck's worth, so 60 on this line. So it's literally just split it down the middle. That's interesting. We should really be able to do a couple of routes through by the time that this train goes and comes back. So I'm not too worried about them not being able to supply the demand, but I'm a little bit more concerned that Burgh Marsh wants, what, 180 bricks, which is a lot of bricks. Hopefully we are able to provide that. It seems to be supplying 100 at the moment, so I just wonder what we can do to pull through that demand, because this one's sending 50 to Burgh Marsh. So if we check Burgh Marsh's suppliers, we're getting 54 from Horsham, 50 from Littlehampton, 30 from Ilkeston, 30 from Loughton, and then 11 from Kesgrove and 3 from Coulsdon. So it really is sort of splitting this up quite a lot. I don't understand why that's not delivering. Why is it at 0%? What's that about? These are surely going back with the bricks, so I don't understand why they wouldn't be getting to where they need to go. But yeah, we have now gotten... Don't tell me that train number 1 is in very bad condition. That's the very first train. Of course it's going to be in bad condition because it's so old. But it's served us really well. Yeah, we literally just need to try and bulk things up a little bit. I mean, literally, I think we have pretty much provided all of the supply that we can for bricks at this point in time. I mean, we literally have every single bricks construction material plant hooked in now to this hub down here, and this one's going quite well. The Kesgrave line, it's making money sometimes. It really depends whether it's probably bringing bricks back as well. So, for example, if this one, yeah, this one has bricks, so it's taking them both directions. So it's probably a case of if this is making and sending enough to West Ham 9 and Winsford 5, so not that many to fill a train, which isn't necessarily great, but it's going to grow with time. As we start to add more of these in, then these cities will grow and their demands will grow. So when that happens, this is very ready for it. In fact, Ilkley and Swindon probably want a fair few now. 114 bricks. Wow, that has grown with time. But yeah, I think I'm going to leave it here. We have actually set up our Gargantua tunnel. That's a horrible word. I'll never use it again. I do apologise. But it's working. It is bringing through bricks, and we're actually able to pretty much do these lines with one vehicle, which is pretty nuts, considering we needed about 15 or so before. I'm super chuffed to bits with the results and can't wait to see how it goes once we start to hook in more of the demands for these cities. If we got, for example, goods for Burgh Marsh hooked up, that would be quite a big growth spurt for Burgh Marsh. But yeah, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed this episode, then let me know with your thumb. If your thumb simply doesn't cut it, then let me know with a comment. Until next time, have a good one. Thanks. Goodbye.